The subject of this article is little different today. We've collected the best advice from around the web for working with a bad boss. Their advices are a ray of hope if you are someone who is absolutely fed up with your boss. Try one or more of these tips to have some common floor with your boss, or at least stay happy until you find a new gig. Here are the top 10 tips to handle a bad boss. 1. Stay ahead. A great begin to halting your boss in his track is to predict the work that your boss wishes and complete it before the due date. If you say, "I already put the documents on your table," you might be appreciated. Your boss will recognize that you understand your responsibility and perform, and that he doesn't need to keep it on you whenever. Planning for the results is a much innovative way than getting the surprised attack. 2. Don't let it affect your work. No matter how bad your boss's behavior, avoid letting it can affect your work. You want to keep on good terms with other leaders in the organization. Don't try to even the position by working leisurely. It will only put you further behind in your workload and develop a situation for your boss to provide you with the old heave-ho before you're ready to go. 3. Identify your boss's motivation. Understanding why your boss does or notify you about specific things can provide you knowledge of his or her management style. If the rules are completely out of control, try to determine out your boss's motivation. Maybe it's not that he really likes you about how a time your lunchtime hour takes, he actually notices you about how it other employees and their superiors. 4. Make sure that you are doing everything right. It's very important to know how you handle yourself in a job. Being human, you are more likely to get affected by office policies and boss pressure. A bad boss can be an add-on to stress. Try neglecting all this and be concentrated on your work. Do best and win the uphill battle. Discover wellspring of positive reinforcement for doing your job to the better of your capabilities. 5. Be constructive and open-minded. Communication is that key which can open new relations between you and your boss. Bring your thoughts and suggestions available and talk about them with your boss. Perhaps the misunderstandings and variations happen due to lack of communication. If you get the main cause of your interminable issues, begin working on them. 6. Identify triggers. If your boss has anger management problems, identify what triggers cooldowns and be extra militant about avoiding those. For example, if your boss flicks when you misspell a source's name, be sure to dual and triple check everything. And if your boss begins foaming at orally if you arrive a time after 8 a.m., plan to get there at 7:45 a.m. 7. Work together. Working with your boss rather than against can save your job. It is better to work out techniques together that would benefit your business in long term. If you invest a while creating your boss look silly or representing him unskilled at conferences, you are only harming your workplace and connection with him. Instead of creating a way for yourself, help your boss to accomplish his objectives and wishes. Regard his choices and help him in working with his issues. 8. Understand that you cannot change your boss. If your boss is candidly difficult to deal with and he is same with not only with you but with everyone, then agree to that possibility of him of getting change is likely minimal. In such a situation, go and discuss your concerns with him. This helps to ensure that later on, he won't say that you never informed him about your problems or inquired about your issues. This will lead you to a chance that your boss will enhance. Examine your differences before you move on. 9. Do not go over your boss. Talking adverse things your boss with fellow workers will only fuel the fireplace at its best. Having your colleagues grieving and blaming boss will begin nowhere, instead make it as rather distressing to your success. 10. Set boundaries. Working with someone who seems to have no boundaries means that you have to ahead and set them. One of the difficulties of unlikable people is that they come with similarly unlikable behavior, and it's important to learn how to distance yourself from that behavior. Moreover, praise your boss when he gets things right. This way your boss will be satisfied with your effort and feel optimistic. This would provide a smooth relation between you both.